What's going on, gangsters? Movie John here with Rousey Rhonda, and this is Recent Watches. This is, if you haven't never seen Recent Watches, it's just a video that we do talking about movies that we've rented or now watched on Netflix, because we signed up for Netflix. So, first film that we got,
The Dirt.
The Dirt, yeah, based off of Motley Crue's life. The band and everything. Pretty wild, wasn't it?
The beginning scene is very
yeah, as soon as it starts, you got naked women and
you might not want to have kids be watching that one.
Yeah, and the kids shouldn't be watching this, but it's based off of the book that they wrote about their biography called The Dirt. It came out a few years ago. So Netflix decides to do this movie and everything. It was really good. The guy that played Tommy Lee, of course, that is Machine Gun Kelly. Rest of the guys is, I don't know. I've never seen them before in movies or whatever. So, but I liked it. Yeah, I grew up, liking Motley Crue and everything. So I couldn't wait to see it when I heard about it, and that was the main reason I go ahead and signed up on Netflix. And the first one we had to watch was The Dirt. As soon as we signed up that night, give it a thumbs up. It was really good. The guy that played Vince Neil, though, at first I didn't really like his acting and stuff, but soon as, when he got on stage and started to dance around like him and everything, he did pretty good at that. So
He did.
And the guy played Nikki Sixx and stuff, but they just went through their career and their lives and all the crazy stuff that they went on behind the scenes, and drinking and partying and drugs and rock and roll and sex and all that good stuff. So I give it a thumbs up, and Rousey says she gives it a thumbs up. So definitely check it out if you're a fan of hair metal bands and stuff in the 80s, or Motley Crue or whatever. If you like that type of stuff, I'd love to see one. I was telling Rousey, I'd love to see one on Metallica. That would be great too. They had some tragic stuff with Cliff Burton getting killed and everything, and their bus crash and stuff, and of course they drunk and stuff too, and of course they had some crazy wild times too, I'm sure. So I'd love to see a movie of that. So maybe, Queen had their movie, and now Elton John's getting them one. So maybe they'll start, doing more metal bands and stuff like that. That'd be great to see. So next up,
Widows.
We rented this one.
Yes, this was actually one I wanted to see.
Yeah, it was really different.
Yeah,
as we always say. You want to tell them about that a little bit?
No.
You don't want to tell them about it? You probably don't even remember a whole lot about it.
I'm bad about that account.
It was a weird type of movie. Basically, these guys and stuff, they was robbing
Liam
people.
Neeson's in it.
Yeah, Liam Neeson's in it. And he's robbing some people and stuff, and they get killed, and the widows of all the people, they start to get together, and they're going to go ahead and try to do a crime, their last run and everything. It's got some twists and turns and stuff in it. And there's some things that, you don't expect somebody to pop up and pops up and all that good stuff. I don't want to give away a whole lot about it, but it was pretty good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Not really one that probably would be his type, but
yeah.
I
watched it. It was alright.
Stuff like that. So.
Yeah. It's an action movie and stuff, and but
the women kick some ass in there.
Yeah, women decide to get in charge and kick some butt. That was pretty good.
Right, they're trying to take revenge against the people who killed their husbands.
Yeah, basically.
But so they're going to go back and take from those men who killed the husbands.
And get the money and take off and retire and get out of that kind of life and stuff. So, but I give it a thumbs up. I still liked it. It's pretty good. We got that from our local video store, and all the rest of them basically I think come from Netflix.
They did.
So next up,
The Bird Box.
Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. I really loved this movie. I thought it was really good.
I did too. I know it's been out for a while, but neither one of us had seen it. Yeah. So something different.
Kind of similar to The Quiet Place, which I don't think Rousey remembers. The Quiet Place. Would you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
But instead of not making noises and stuff, you can't really see. You got a blindfold and stuff. It starts out, when the stuff starts happening, and people get, they start killing herself. They see something, and don't really explain what it is. And then Sandra Bullock gets up with some people in a house and stuff, and then it goes you know, ahead of time, 5 years ahead, and it keeps going back and forth a little bit, showing her, you know, with these kids and stuff,
Right.
and what led up to that and everything. When that was really cool. The only thing I don't care much for is when it ends, and she gets to her point where she needs to go, and you don't really know what the hell they were seeing. Was it aliens? Was it, you know, some demons, or what
Right.
was it? You know, I don't understand. I hate when the movies do that. The Quiet Place did that too. It was, you know, it ended and, you know,
That was it.
you just don't know. Or you don't have, like, they
Closure.
explain at the end of it saying that, you know, 6 years later everything got back to normal or whatever, or the world ended or whatever. It would have been nice to know. So I don't know if they do a part 2 or whatever to that. So, but I still liked it and gave it a thumbs up.
Absolutely.
Next up,
The Highwaymen.
The Highwaymen. Basically a true story about the guys that hunted down, they were Texas Rangers, weren't they?
Yes.
And they hunted down Bonnie and Clyde and killed them. Basically it. I mean, if you know the Bonnie and Clyde stories. But the cool thing is, you don't really see Bonnie and Clyde but just a little bit in the movie, and it's just the other side of the story, you know, that most people, you've seen 2 or 3 different Bonnie and Clyde movies, and you don't never see the guys that's trying to kill them and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Kevin Costner is in it. He's one of them. And what was the Woody Harrelson?
Yes.
It was Kevin Costner, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Kevin Costner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said I'm sorry, yes.
Hey, Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson.
Yes. But they actually, I mean, they were very good together. They're 2 funny old men because they're both older men now.
Yeah.
You know, but the parts of it that's funny, but
Yeah.
it's a very good movie. Wasn't really sure I like it, but it was good.
Yeah, it took a little while. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, you
it
know the
does.
story, you know what's going to happen and
Right.
everything, but you know they want to get to these the fugitives and get to them before anybody else do. And like I said, they're just Texas Rangers, and they got hired. I think they told them they pay them $125 or something a month to hunt them down. So that was definitely back then, back in the 30s, that was a lot of damn money. So, but I actually liked that movie, and I always liked all the other movies about Bonnie and Clyde and stuff, so that was pretty good. Next up,
Thriller.
Thriller.
What do we want to say
I think
about
last
that?
video we did, we gave one a thumbs down. Everything else got a thumbs up. Well, this is the thumbs down. This movie was crazy. It had potential to be good, maybe. I mean, the story kind of, some of it, based in Compton, California, the whole black cast. Nothing wrong with that or nothing,
No.
but the acting was just not there. Not bad. And it's
The storyline wasn't there.
yeah, the story wasn't there. It's basically it's a slasher.
Supposed to be.
A slasher. And at the beginning, it's the kids and stuff, and they tease this one kid, and he accidentally, basically, they scare him, and he pushes this kid over a balcony and kills him. So he goes to prison because they all tell on him and say he did it or whatever. And then it's like 4 or 5 years later, they're in high school, and he comes back. And he comes back in, and he's really crazy looking, and he gets, remember you told him he said he looked like a Cyclops at one time.
He does. When he
really
oh
was.
my God. He's
But it's
very
got a
creepy
look,
looking.
it's got a twist near the end and everything, and it's just a little different than what you expect.
but we still try to figure out the twist because we're not
Yeah.
really sure where the twist came in or why it came in.
Yeah, some of the twist was really
'Cause
different.
It doesn't make the twist doesn't make sense.
Because you can't really, these people that was like playing them as older kids, it takes a while to figure out who's who because they just don't really look a lot like it. They kind of flash back a little bit,
But the twist just didn't make sense.
no, not
We
really.
couldn't figure it out.
Definitely a thumbs down. Let's go on to the next
Okay,
one.
let's go on
Pat,
to the
skip
next
on that
one.
one, gangsters.
This probably wasn't really one of your favorites, but
Yeah.
The Vault.
The Vault. That one had James Franco in it. That's the only one I really knew,
Who-
except for the blonde chick that played in Hustle Flow. I can't remember
He
her
probably
name.
was the biggest actor in that, but he really didn't have a big part
Yeah, and
in
that's,
that movie either.
it's got a twist too at the end.
Yeah.
And it starts out where people was robbing a bank years ago and killed a lot of people and stuff. And they say the vault is haunted, you know, downstairs. And I think they tore down some stuff, and they rebuild a new bank over top of the old bank or whatever.
Right.
And then somebody else comes to rob the bank, and you know, they go down to the vault, and it's haunted and everything. It's just crazy stuff goes on.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away. It has been out for like 2 years. It's something I never heard of. Not for sure if it was Netflix or original or not. Maybe I can't remember.
I don't
But I don't know what I'd want to give this one. It was half and half.
Half and half. I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sideways. I never gave a sideways one. We'll give a sideways.
Probably. So moving off that one. This next one is definitely different.
Mm-hmm. What's it?
It's Gerald's Game.
Gerald's Game. Stephen King book. And at the first, when it started, I thought I had heard of it before, and I wasn't for sure. And I was like, well, you know, we watched it. And then at the end, I realized that, wait a minute, I remember a book one time that said Gerald's Game and Stephen King's. And I didn't know what it was about. I never read it or anything. But it's a Netflix original.
Very different.
Yeah, a guy takes his wife out, way out there, and to have a getaway,
romantic getaway,
and they're kind of on the edge of breaking up, but he's wanting to spice it up a little bit and handcuff her ass to the bed, take 2 Viagra, which was not a really good thing to do, and not gonna give a whole lot away, but a lot of crazy stuff starts happening, and she ends up being chained up, you know, handcuffed up to that bedpost for quite a while. The door is wide open. There's a dog outside, and the dog comes inside.
Right.
And,
there's the boogeyman or whatever you want to call
it. Boogeyman, he was creepy looking and
Very
stuff.
Creepy.
You just think about it being handcuffed to bed, and you can't get away, and you know you're out there in the wilderness. And I thought there would probably be a bear or something come through there, but it never did.
Just a dog.
There was some gross parts where she figured out trying to cut her wrist and tried to slide her hand, which peels skin up. That was the worst part.
That was nasty.
To try to get out. But you think about it, if you was handcuffed to a bed and you didn't think nobody was ever going to come around and you're going to die and this dog might eat you, that you're going to try to do what you want, whatever you can do to get away. But man, it was gruesome. Anything where people do stuff with their hands and their feet just kills
that's
me.
Gross.
It just kills me. So,
that part grossed me out.
But it was good, and I gave
though.
it a thumbs up, and it definitely would watch it again. It's just crazy. It's a good Stephen King movie, though.
And our last one is 1922.
Yeah, that's a Stephen King movie, too. Or book, I should say. Nothing of these movies are not like the big blockbuster ones or nothing. They're straight to Netflix. And this one was pretty basic story, but it was set in 1922, and it's the whole story of a guy and his farm and his son and his wife that he's not really particularly fond of anymore, and she wants to sell the place and move out to the city and get divorced and take his son away from him.
Right.
So he's like, no, you ain't, bitch.
I'm going to kill you first.
So he wants to he wants to kill her, and you know, not everybody's the smartest. When people kill people, they do stuff and they try to cover up stuff, and all kinds of other bad things starts happening to the man and stuff. Plus with his son and everything. We don't want to give a whole lot away if you haven't seen it, but it is pretty good, and I would check it out. I give that one a thumbs up too.
Absolutely.
No big names in it. I don't remember really noticing anybody, but the guy that played the lead part, real country, and he talks so deep and low that he barely even moves his mouth hardly. But you can, after a while, it takes a little while, but you can figure it out and stuff. And the guy that played his son was pretty good too. But you know, for a Stephen King book, I had never heard of this one. So, you know, not like the big blockbusters of the other movies and stuff, but it's pretty cool to, you know, within 2 days we watched Gerald's Game, and then we saw 1922. You can
still tell they're Stephen King movies.
Yeah, you can tell. They got some little things about them, and of course the
wickedness
gore,
of
the
Stephen King's mind is definitely still there. And
so all of them got a thumbs up again, except for Thriller.
Good Lord.
So, anyway, that's all the ones we've watched here in the last few weeks. And if you've seen any of these, give us a comment below. Let us know what you think about them. If you didn't like one of them that we said we liked, or vice versa,
let us know.
Let us know. And till next time.